You meet him at a friend's dinner party. He's standing near the window holding a glass of water like it's a conscious choice. Not drinking to be drinking. Just existing in a room without needing to perform. Someone introduces you. He says his name once, clearly. Doesn't repeat it. You remember it immediately. He doesn't fill the silence. Most men do. They talk about their jobs, their apartments, their opinions on things they read once. He just stands there, lets the quiet sit, lets you decide if you want to step into it. You do. His English is good but careful. You can hear him thinking before he speaks, translating, not just the language, but the intention, making sure what comes out is what he actually means. You realize how rare that is, how most people speak to fill space, how he speaks only to say something. 3 weeks later, he asks you to dinner, not over text. He calls, a real phone call, the kind nobody makes anymore. You feel your heart do something stupid. The first date lasts 6 hours. 6 hours. You walk through the city. He points out buildings, tells you facts about Soviet architecture you didn't know you'd find interesting. He opens every door for you without making it a performance. Just does it. Steps aside. Waits. You're not used to being handled like something that matters. He pays for dinner. When you reach for your wallet, he looks at you like you just insulted his grandmother. You learn to stop reaching. 2 months in, you meet his friends. 4 Russian men in a small apartment playing chess and drinking tea that could strip paint. They look at you the way wolves assess a newcomer, polite but measuring. He says something in Russian, short, and they all nod. You're in. You don't know what he said. You don't ask. He doesn't text you good morning every day. He doesn't send you memes. He doesn't do the things the internet told you a man should do. What he does is remember things, small things, the name of your childhood dog, how you take your coffee on a bad day, the exact street where you told him you used to cry after a breakup. He files everything, says nothing, but nothing gets lost. 4 months in, you fight. Not a small fight, a real one. You're used to men who escalate, who get loud, who say things they don't mean. He goes quiet. Not cold. Quiet. He looks at you like he's waiting for you to finish being something he doesn't recognize. Then he says, "I'll be in the kitchen when you're ready to talk like us." And he walks away. No slam. No drama. Just leaves the room. You stand there furious and confused, and somewhere underneath it, impressed. You sit alone for 15 minutes. Then you walk to the kitchen. He's making tea, 2 cups, like he knew you'd come. You talk. Really talk. The first time you don't perform your side of the argument. You say what you actually mean. He listens. He responds. You realize he wasn't avoiding the fight. He was refusing to let it become something ugly. You've never had a man protect the conversation instead of his ego. The proposal happens on a Tuesday. No grand gesture. No restaurant. No ring in a champagne glass. You're cooking dinner. He comes up behind you, puts something on the counter, says, "If you want to marry me, I would like that." It's not a question, not exactly. It's a statement of intent with an opening for you to decline. The ring is simple, perfect. You say yes without turning around. He kisses the back of your head. That's the whole proposal. It's the most romantic thing that's ever happened to you. You call your mother. She cries. Then she asks the question you knew was coming. Is he good to you? You think about the silence he protects for you. The way he never makes you explain yourself twice. The way he stood in that doorway after your fight and trusted you'd find your way back. You tell her yes. His family flies in for the wedding. His mother is a small woman with eyes that have seen things. She hugs you for a long time without saying anything. Then she pulls back, looks at you, and nods once. You've been approved by a woman who doesn't approve easily. You feel like you just passed a test you didn't know existed. His father shakes your hand like you're a business partner. Firm, brief. He says something to his son in Russian. Your husband-to-be laughs. His father doesn't. You never find out what it was. The wedding is small. Russian Orthodox. You stand in a church that smells like incense and old wood. He holds your hand like he's afraid you'll float away. You've never seen him nervous before. You realize he's never done anything permanent, and he's choosing you for his first. The ring exchange is in Russian. You don't understand a word. You understand everything. Married life starts quietly. He works. You work. You figure out the rhythm of two lives becoming one. He leaves for work at 6:30 every morning without waking you. You find your coffee made every day for the first month. You never asked. He never mentioned it. It just appears. His version of affection doesn't look like the movies. He doesn't write you notes or plan surprise dates. What he does is fix the thing you mentioned was broken 3 weeks ago. He notices when you're tired before you do and tells you to sit down while he finishes dinner. When you cry, he doesn't ask what's wrong. He just holds you and waits for it to pass. You learn to read his silence. Silence doesn't mean he's angry. It means he's thinking, processing, holding space for something he hasn't figured out how to say yet. When he's ready, he'll speak. You learn to wait without filling the quiet with your own anxiety. His friends become your friends. The 4 men from the chess apartment now greet you with real warmth. They teach you Russian card games you lose at constantly. They tease him in front of you, and you catch him smiling in a way you've never seen. You realize he's happy. You're the reason. 8 months in, you have your first real crisis. Nothing catastrophic. A work failure that hits your confidence harder than expected. You come home defeated, ready to spiral. He listens to the whole thing without interrupting. Then he says, "You're good at your job. One bad result doesn't change what you are." You want to argue. He's already walked away to start dinner. He doesn't need you to agree. He said what's true. The rest is yours to sort out. You learn that Russian men don't do reassurance the way you were taught. They don't tell you everything will be fine. They tell you you're capable of handling it. And somehow, that's better. Because you believe him. His mother visits for 2 weeks. You're terrified. She arrives with bags of food and a look that says she's assessing the cleanliness of your home. She finds a spot you missed behind the fridge on day 3. Doesn't say anything. But you see her see it. You spend the next 11 days scrubbing everything like you're preparing for a military inspection. By day 12, something shifts. She's teaching you a recipe, her hands moving over the dough like she's done this 1,000 times. She tells you her son was always hard to love, stubborn, quiet, doesn't let people in. She says you must be special because he let you in. It's the first nice thing she said to you directly. You almost cry into the dough. He takes you to Russia in winter. You've never been. You step outside the airport and the cold hits you like a wall. He looks at you and smiles. Actually smiles. The first time you've seen genuine amusement on his face. He says, "Now you understand." You meet the country he came from. The wide streets, the old buildings, the way people move through the cold, like they've made peace with it. You understand something about him that you couldn't have learned any other way. He wasn't formed by comfort. He was formed by endurance, and he chose to bring you into his warmth. 2 years in, you have a conversation about children. Not a plan, not a timeline. Just him asking what you think about it. He asks the way he asks everything, direct, quiet, ready for the truth. You tell him you're scared. He nods. He says, "Good. That's normal." Then he goes back to reading, and you know he'll be ready whenever you are. Not pushing, not waiting. just there. He's not perfect. He forgets anniversaries. He leaves his shoes in the middle of the hallway. He has an opinion about the correct way to load a dishwasher that he will defend to his grave. He can be stubborn in a way that makes you want to scream, but he never makes you feel small. He never uses what he knows about you as a weapon. He never threatens to leave. And when you ask him if he loves you, he looks at you like you just asked if water is wet. Then he says, "I married you. Of course I love you." And that's the most Russian thing he's ever said. You're 3 years in now. You catch yourself watching him across a room sometimes. He's talking to someone, or reading, or just standing in the doorway, watching nothing in particular. And you feel a kind of peace you spent your whole 20s chasing. You used to think love was fireworks, big gestures, words said loud enough for everyone to hear. He taught you. It's quieter than that. It's someone who stays in the room when you're hard to love, who doesn't need you to perform, who builds a life next to you, brick by brick, without announcing every brick. He's making tea in the kitchen right now. 2 cups. He'll bring you one without asking. You chose a man who doesn't raise his voice because he's never needed to, who says your name like it matters, who stood in a stranger's kitchen holding a glass of water, waiting to see if you'd step into his quiet. You stepped, you're still stepping, and you hope you never stop.